Have you ever noticed how the quiet moments before sleep feel different from the rest of your day? In those moments, your mind is soft, receptive, and more attuned to imagination than to logic. This is the time when the inner world speaks most clearly to the subconscious. It is here, in this powerful state, that you can effortlessly manifest the reality you desire. This is what I call the state akin to sleep. The secret is simple, yet often overlooked. The state you assume before sleep shapes what will appear in your life. Every thought, every feeling, every image you dwell upon becomes the seed planted within your subconscious. If you leave sleep with a sense of lack, doubt, or worry, your subconscious accepts that as true. If, however, you fall asleep fully immersed in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, the outer world must conform. Many people spend their lives chasing evidence in the outer world. They seek signs, confirmations, and results before trusting that their desires are already theirs. This is a misunderstanding of how creation works. Reality is shaped from within, not by what appears outside. Imagination, combined with feeling, is your instrument of creation. When you imagine vividly and enter fully into the emotion of your desire being fulfilled, your subconscious accepts it as fact. Sleep strengthens this impression because the logical mind is quiet and cannot interfere. This is why consistent use of this practice is so powerful, is less than hason. For hash is greater than. It is not effort that brings your desire into being, but assumption. You do not struggle. You do not plan endlessly. You simply inhabit the state of your fulfilled desire. Let your imagination create the scene. Let feeling breathe life into it, and let sleep impress it upon the subconscious. This is the natural law at work. Do not dismiss the small, quiet details of your nightly practice. A single vivid scene experienced before sleep carries more creative power than hours of outward effort. The key is fidelity to feeling. When the inner world is fully embraced, the outer world obeys. As you prepare for sleep tonight, consider this. The moments just before you drift away are the most potent for creation. The logical mind loosens, and the imagination, unrestrained, can impress upon the subconscious exactly what you desire. This is the secret that the world overlooks. Your state of consciousness at sleep determines what you attract. What you feel and imagine now will be reflected in your life tomorrow. Think of your mind as a fertile soil and your imagination as the gardener. If you plant seeds of fear, doubt, or scarcity, these are the fruits you will harvest. But if you plant seeds of joy, fulfillment, and abundance, the subconscious nurtures them until they manifest in your outer world. Sleep deepens this planting, allowing the seed to take root without interruption. Many people ask, how can I make this work for money, for love, or for success? Is less than hash zero. 3 hash is greater than. The answer is not in effort, struggle, or constant planning. The answer lies in living the feeling of your wish fulfilled. When you enter that state before sleep, your subconscious has no choice but to align reality with it. It is not necessary to know how your desire will appear. To insist on a method is to contradict the natural law. Your imagination is the workshop. Your feeling is the fuel. When you leave your mind impressed with the reality of your desire, the universe arranges the details effortlessly. Do not underestimate the simplicity of this practice. Some dismiss it as idle imagining, yet this is the exact method that creates all change. The difference between success and struggle is always the inner state. Persist in feeling, and you will find the outer world responding naturally. Tonight, as you lie down, allow yourself to dwell fully in the scene of your desire fulfilled. See it vividly, feel it deeply, and let the sense of reality saturate your mind. Sleep will then carry this state into the depths of your subconscious, where it will begin to influence all aspects of your life. This is the power of the state akin to sleep. As you grow in awareness of the state akin to sleep, you will notice a shift in your confidence. Confidence is not the result of seeing evidence in the world, but of impressing your subconscious with the reality you wish to experience. The moment before sleep is the ideal time to cultivate this inner certainty. Here, you are free from distraction, and your imagination can operate without resistance. Consider the scene of your desire fulfilled. Do not focus on the outer circumstances. Focus on the inner feeling of accomplishment, joy, or satisfaction. What is imagined with feeling will inevitably manifest, because the subconscious cannot distinguish imagination from reality when impressed persistently. The world reflects what you consistently entertain within. Many struggle because they attempt to force reality from the outside. They chase, they plan, they worry, yet the external world remains unchanged. The secret is inward. Live the state you desire now. Sleep will solidify this state, impressing it upon your subconscious, which then orchestrates its expression in the world. You may wonder if the scene must be elaborate or dramatic. It does not. Simplicity and sincerity in feeling are far more potent than complexity. A single, clear, and intensely felt moment of fulfillment will do more than hours of scattered imagining. The key is repetition and consistency. Night after night, as you lie down, impress upon your mind the reality of your desire. Make it a habit to end each day in this state of fulfillment. In time, you will notice the world bending naturally to your imagination without effort or struggle. Remember, the external world only confirms what you have already assumed within. It is not the cause of change, it is the effect. Therefore, focus on your inner world at the critical moments before sleep. Persist in this practice, and you will awaken to a reality that mirrors your nightly assumption. The state akin to sleep is the moment when the conscious mind relaxes and the subconscious is most receptive. In this state, the emotions you feel are most vivid, and they impress themselves upon your inner world as reality. What you assume in this state becomes the seed from which your desire unfolds in your life. It is not thought alone, but the living, dominant feeling that produces the manifestation. In the state akin to sleep, you do not need to concern yourself with how your desire will appear. The subconscious mind, once impressed with the feeling of the wish fulfilled, arranges all external conditions accordingly. Your task is to faithfully inhabit the fulfilled state and trust that the unseen will bring about the seen. The details are handled naturally by the inner law. Many look to the outer world for confirmation, but this is a distraction. In the state akin to sleep, you impress the subconscious directly. Observing lack outside only weakens the impression. Your consciousness must dwell in the reality of fulfillment, not in what is absent. To make the impression stronger, imagine a brief scene that fully represents your desire as accomplished. Live in it vividly with emotion and certainty. Night after night, the subconscious accepts this as real, and the outer world gradually conforms. It is in these small, faithful repetitions that your inner world becomes the cause of your outer life. Do not be concerned with how long it takes to manifest. Once the state akin to sleep is properly impressed, the law operates without delay or hesitation. Your only responsibility is to maintain the state consistently. Timing is irrelevant. Fidelity to the feeling is all that matters. Occasionally, you may notice subtle signs or shifts in the outer world. These are indications that your inner assumption is taking root. Do not become attached to them or chase after them. Simply return to the state akin to sleep with the feeling of fulfillment and allow the subconscious to orchestrate the manifestation. The state akin to sleep is not limited to the moments before you fall asleep. It can be cultivated as a bridge between your conscious awareness and the receptive power of your subconscious. The key is to enter it with deliberate feeling, letting go of the day's concerns and immersing yourself in the reality of your desire. This creates a fertile ground for manifestation to grow. Each night, as you prepare to sleep, choose one vivid scene that embodies the fulfillment of your desire. Feel it fully, not as a wish, but as an already existing reality. Let every detail, every emotion be alive in your imagination. This repeated practice impresses the subconscious until it accepts your assumption as fact. Do not concern yourself with obstacles or the current state of the world. In the state akin to sleep, these outer appearances are irrelevant. Your inner conviction and feeling are the only truths. As the subconscious accepts them, your outer circumstances will inevitably conform. Many fail because they try to control the how or rush the manifestation. The subconscious operates in perfect order, unseen and silent. Your role is simply to impress it with the living assumption of your wish fulfilled. Patience and consistency, not action or force, bring your desire into manifestation. When you awaken, carry the feeling of fulfillment into your day. Walk, talk, and think from the state of already having. Do not slip back into doubt or comparison. The inner world, once impressed, dictates the outer world with unerring precision. Occasionally, your imagination may waver. If it does, return to a quiet moment, close your eyes, and revisit the state akin to sleep with your fulfilled desire. Reassert it vividly, as if it is the only reality. The subconscious will continue to work silently, bringing your vision into form. The power of the state akin to sleep is amplified by repetition and consistency. Each night, as you drift towards sleep, return to the same scene, the same fulfilled feeling. This repeated impression strengthens the subconscious acceptance of your assumption. Persistence in feeling ensures that your desire becomes an unshakable reality within you. It is not the details of your life that create change, but the dominant feeling you carry into the subconscious. If you consistently feel abundance, love, or success in the state akin to sleep, your life will inevitably mirror that feeling. Your inner state is the seed, and the outer world is its harvest. Trust in this natural order without anxiety or force. Many make the mistake of forcing their will during waking hours. The subconscious does not respond to pushing or straining. It responds to feeling, to the conviction of reality in your imagination. By using the state akin to sleep, you present your assumption at the moment when the subconscious is most receptive. As you practice, notice the subtle shifts in your perceptions. Doors will begin to open, coincidences will align, and opportunities will appear. These are not random events, but the natural manifestation of a deeply impressed assumption. Your inner world is now dictating your outer reality with precision. Do not be discouraged if external evidence seems slow. The subconscious is silent and patient, working beneath the surface. Your responsibility is not to hurry it, but to remain faithful to the feeling of fulfillment. Let the inner conviction remain unshaken, and the world will eventually reflect it. In your daily life, practice living as if, from the moment you awaken. Carry the same conviction from your state, akin to sleep, into all actions and thoughts. This alignment between your inner life and outer behavior accelerates manifestation. You are now acting from the reality you have assumed, not from the reality you see. The depth of your assumption grows each night you enter the state akin to sleep. Do not rush the process. Allow your mind to settle into calmness, a gentle focus on the fulfilled state. It is in this quiet, receptive state that the subconscious absorbs your impressions most effectively. The more serene and consistent your feeling, the stronger the manifestation. Notice the importance of emotion in your practice. A vivid, heartfelt feeling of already having your desire impresses the subconscious far more than words or thoughts alone. Feel it deeply, as if it is now, and let the scene play naturally in your imagination. The subconscious recognizes only reality, and your feeling makes it real. Do not concern yourself with the how of manifestation. The subconscious requires only the state of the wish fulfilled, not a plan or method. By consistently impressing your desire in the state akin to sleep, it begins to operate within your inner world, unnoticed yet powerful. Let go of control and trust the natural flow. Every night is an opportunity to rehearse your ideal life. Visualize scenes that imply your desire has already been granted. Use sensory details, emotions, and a conviction that there is no other reality. The subconscious records it as fact, and your waking life will follow. Even small, consistent efforts create tremendous results over time. Do not be discouraged by apparent delays or lack of immediate evidence. The inner reality precedes the outer, and patience is the companion of faith. Continue nightly with unwavering belief and watch the outer world conform. It is also essential to awaken in the morning with the same assumption. Carry the state from your sleep into your waking life, allowing thoughts, words, and actions to align with your fulfilled desire. This continuity strengthens the subconscious impression and accelerates manifestation. You are now living from the end, not the beginning. Now, consider the profound power you hold each night as you enter the state akin to sleep. This is the moment to live in the end, to feel your desire already fulfilled. Do not worry about time, nor the outer world, nor the process. Your only task is to impress your subconscious with the reality of your wish fulfilled. Consistency is the key to mastery. Each night you enter this state, the subconscious becomes more receptive, more obedient to the impressions you plant. It records your assumption as absolute fact, and this inner reality begins to shape the outer world. What you assume to be true internally must appear externally. Remember, the subconscious does not question, it accepts whatever you feel to be true. Do not doubt, do not rationalize, and do not attempt to control the details of how it will manifest. Your inner conviction alone is sufficient. The world responds naturally to what is first assumed within. Every scene you imagine in the state akin to sleep should conclude with the feeling of fulfillment. It is not the act of imagining that manifests, but the emotional reality you create. Live in that feeling as though nothing else is possible. The subconscious cannot distinguish between imagined and experienced reality when the feeling is real. Do not allow interruptions or distractions to break your state. Let each night be a sacred rehearsal of your desires, free from doubt or hesitation. With patience, persistence, and faith, your desires will begin to show signs in your waking life. The outer world must conform to the inner reality. Awaken with gratitude for what has already been given to you internally. This feeling carries through your day, reinforcing the subconscious impression. Allow all your actions, words, and thoughts to reflect the reality you created while in the state akin to sleep. You are now living from the end, and all things align to your assumption. Do not measure progress by external evidence. True manifestation occurs first within, before appearing outside. If you remain faithful to the state akin to sleep, the outer world will eventually demonstrate the reality you assumed. Trust in the process and in your own creative power. Finally, understand that the power of the state akin to sleep is available to you every night. Each evening, you may impress your desires, shape your world, and live as if all is already done. Faith, feeling, and assumption are your tools. Use them wisely, and you will see the impossible become possible.